Welcome to the Dubcast with Dubside. This is a special guest edition. You're talking to a guy named Max, who from his native France has spent many years in East Greenland, first as a hunter, then as a teacher, and now taking kids to the kayak competition in West Greenland. You'll hear some interesting ideas on financing your goals and how dog sledding complements kayaking and how to handle uncertainties when you're taking a team of kids to the Greenland competition. He also mentions Brian Schulz, Eichi Ito from Japan, and Chris Cunningham's book on building a kayak. And he mentions a guy named Paul-Émile Victor, who is a French explorer who spent time in East Greenland in the 30s and in the 50s. So this runs a little bit under an hour. So we are in Qaqortoq, Greenland. And I'm talking to, we call him Max. You got a full name, or should we just go with Max?
Yes, my name is Max Audibert.
All right.
Audibert. Yes.
And you are the one who brought the East Greenland team to the competition this year.
Yes. Since 4 years. Since 4 years, we've been building kayaks, training, and rowing, all these kind of things. But well, to tell you the truth, I've been doing kayaking with people in East Greenland since 20 years.
Okay.
So, but not like Greenlandic kayak, but just like kayaking.
Okay.
All kind of kayak. To tell you the truth, in East Greenland, people are not fixed on one particular way to do things.
Okay.
And they can call kayak also a European kayak. They don't make the difference.
They call it
the same name, Qaqortoq.
Qaqortoq. Okay.
Qaqortoq.
Even a traditional kayak is called that?
Yes. Yeah. And for example, if you go really behind in 1936, there was some Watkins English expedition who came.
Gino Watkins.
Yes.
Yeah.
And they asked to build some kayak. And they were so surprised that the man who built kayak tried to find all kind of material he can find, like screws or sums or...
Okay.
This is how East Greenlandic people think. They're not thinking like we have to do like exactly like this way. And people, I saw in the 80s, people who build, who use an old kayak, and he has a sledge, how do you call it? Ski? Kind of plastic, white plastic. He bent it.
Oh, like a plastic bucket.
Yes,
a strip from a plastic bucket.
As a cockpit.
For the cockpit, yeah.
And so this way of thinking is quite flexible. So that's how they do for everything. The first time 4 years ago, I brought harpoon.
Okay.
And it was a hunter who gave it to me.
Yeah.
Used in the hunting situation. And they refused it in the competition.
Oh, yeah, it wouldn't qualify?
No, unqualified.
And why was that?
And we were looking, I was with the oldest man in the village who used to do kayaking.
Yeah.
And he looked at me and said, why?
Yeah.
Because in East Greenland, it's very normal to use what you get. Because we don't have many things in East Greenland.
Mm-hmm.
So if someone has, this can be useful. It doesn't matter if it comes from Europe or it comes from France or it comes from the mountains in Greenland. Yeah. If it's useful, they just use it.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the way they think.
All right.
So they notice that to be strong in a harpoon, to throw it stronger, they used to put some heavy metal behind. It works just perfectly.
To weight it down?
Yes.
Okay.
And everybody do it in East Greenland.
Okay.
Since like...
Putting the metal where on the kayak?
Just behind. The harpoon.
On the back end.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
And there are people who are really, really good in throwing harpoon because they use it for narwhal hunting.
Yeah.
And they know exactly how to do what works and what does not work.
Yeah.
And when we came during this competition, this hunter looked at me and he said, why they refuse the harpoon? We all use it.
Yeah.
Because there was this piece of metal. But the pure spirit of East Greenland culture, it is we are not closed-mind people. So if this is useful, we can use it in our own materials.
Yeah.
And doesn't mean that it's not qualified. You know, for us, it's about hunting. That's it. If it works for hunting, and if it's a wood who comes from Europe, it's a wood who came from the shore, and of course it was bones I used on the, but everything can be used. So
yeah. All right. So how is it? It's pretty clear from anybody listening that you have a French background. So tell us how you came to be in East Greenland.
Well, I've been raised in France, born in France, 20 years.
Okay.
And you know the pattern you have to. I was extremely good student. You have to study hard, and then you have to get a job, and then you have to get a career, and you have to go to the best school. And so that I was really in this pattern.
Okay.
The only thing that was missing, I didn't know what school I wanted to go.
All right.
Because you have to choose the school, you know. And I was pretty good in mathematics, so maybe this or. And then at the point I decided at exactly 19 years old, I want to learn from the Inuit people, the way of life. This is my school. This is my choice.
Right.
And of course, you cannot go in university in France you can find some professor who teach you some useless things anyway, to have a degree. But I wanted to learn this, and not only to learn and just to make a book, you know, but to learn and then to experience it with my own body.
To live it.
Yes.
Okay.
So that was my project. So I use all my knowledge and all my will and to make it come true. Even people said it's impossible and it's out of date, and Danish said you won't get a visa and whatever. But I had this idea, and then and that's how I came somehow.
All right. Wow. And you've learned how to speak
Yes.
Wow.
Yes, as I told you, I was a good student. So whether it's mathematics or whether it's a language, it's just learning. And so I get introduced in the hunter family.
What year was that?
1989.
Okay.
To be precise, yes. And of course I know nothing. I think that was the great thing, that I knew nothing.
That was an advantage.
I think so.
At the time. All right.
Because if I come and I say I know how to do it, then they will just then you do, and we do, and you do, and.
All right.
But they really noticed that I wanted to learn. And then when I found out that it's not like just to make a book or I was really staying, you know. And then I start to meet hunter friends, because hunting way of life, it's not just hunting, it's men and women.
Okay.
And the truth of the essence of the kayak is men and women.
You need a two-person team to make it work.
Yes,
Okay.
to make the kayak. And why you have a kayak is to feed the family. And that's the true essence of the Inuit kayak. But now, a long time ago, of course. So if your wife is not satisfied with you, she will make a hole in your kayak anyway. So, so also she will make your kayak like very slow, and then the skin will turn white,
Okay.
and then will get more softer.
Yeah.
So all this kind of
When you started doing this, they were making the skin out of seal skin on
Well,
the kayak.
unfortunately, in East Greenland, the kayak building things start to go down already in 1930s.
Yeah. Okay.
In 1930s, there was some French researcher, and
It was what?
French researcher.
That guy Emile.
Yes, Paul
Yeah,
Victor
yeah, okay.
and others, and they make a lot of measurement of different kayak, different hunter,
Yeah.
and they found out that the measurement didn't fit the body. Most of the measurement didn't fit the body of the men who use it.
Okay.
And even if they have a precise way to make the kayak, how long, and they found out it didn't fit the men who used the kayak.
These were the hunters at the time using the kayaks?
Yes, in 1930s.
Okay.
And it was already because at the time the number of kayak builders were declining in East Greenland.
Okay.
So, but I was not there. But when I arrived in 1989, there was only old hunters who has their own kayak. I live in a village who is well known to have one of the best narwhal hunters on kayak, of course.
Currently, today, or in
No,
the past?
not anymore. Not
Okay.
anymore. not
In
anymore.
the past,
Yes, in
it
the
was
past,
known
yeah.
that the best narwhal
Yes,
hunters
yes.
were in that town. Okay.
So they still have their kayak, like traditional kayak, sealskin and hunting with it. But among them, there was only one who used to build kayak long time ago. There was no builders anymore.
Okay.
This one could actually built one when I was there, and then he died, and then no one.
Wow.
So at that time I had so many things to learn. So it was completely declining. Everybody was hunting with boat.
Yeah.
And for me, I wanted to learn from the people. So if I go kayak, how can I learn something? I will be separated. So I learned what was alive in East Greenland. But I still use very quick. I had a European glass fiber kayak, like people had all around, using dog sledding and so on. So and boat and fishing and then in 2000, a little bit before, I started to have more time. Before I was just hunting like most of the time. I was outside.
Yeah.
So the first, let's say 10 years, yes, like this, 15 years. Then after it was more cool down and then I had children, and for many reasons, somehow I found out that what I wanted to follow, I feel completely comfortable everywhere in Greenland.
What you wanted to follow?
Like this way of life.
Yeah.
For me, it was accomplished. I've learned things and experienced it 15 years. So it was kind of accomplished.
Okay.
And I still use it today. But then at that time, my children were going to school, so I needed to. I found that at the level in Greenlandic school, my God, I was so. When I see the level in the Greenlandic school in the village, of course, but with my daughter, I thought I have to do something. Because if I became what I am today, so I came from a completely another culture, I could adapt here. It's a lot of because of the people, of course, who helped me, but also because all my teachers I had.
Mm.
And she doesn't have this.
Your daughter?
My daughter.
Yeah, okay.
So, and actually all the kids, because I was not, I didn't care about school. I was just hunting and fishing and selling fish and my wife was helping. But this, for me, I think I decided it's time to change a little bit direction and to do something. So I became a teacher.
Mm-hmm.
I stopped everything.
So teaching in the school, in the village?
Well, I was not a teacher, so I take a 4 years education in Nuuk.
Oh, to become the certification. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
I could go to school if I wanted. But I have the great chance to have met a headmaster in Tiniteqilaaq.
Okay.
Who said, I speak English and Greenlandic and East Greenlandic. I didn't speak a word of West Greenlandic that time. No Danish at all. And this was enough to teach.
Okay.
I have no teacher actually. But somehow this headmaster told me, he could have said, yes, I hire you, we need teacher. Yeah. And then that's it, no? He told me, you want to be a teacher? Take an education.
Yeah.
And at first I was thinking like, what do you mean? Then I start to find out and, oh my God, it's 4 years. Then I have to give up everything I do now. And then I was thinking, it's the right time to do it.
Okay.
Because if I do it only halfway, then it's not accomplished. It's, how can I ask pupils to make effort if I don't make effort myself, Makes that no sense. And what if then you have a Danish student in my class, I cannot speak his language. And I tell him that he has to learn this and that. It is not possible to.
Right.
So I take this education, and now I'm a teacher, and I teach kayaking, dog sledding, mathematics, all these kind of subjects.
And how long have you been doing that as a teacher?
I think it's 14 years, something like this.
Huh. Mm-hmm. So tell me about the kayak kids that you brought this year and how that came about and how.
Okay, so it's actually in 2000 I started to make. I have more time in the village and like on the land, and then I had this kayak, and then once every week, I put the kayak on land, and it was a Saturday actually, and everybody who wants, they can. I did this in 2 years, and basically, most of the time I noticed it was the children who come, and those kayaks that were crazy heavy, this plastic one, like 25, 28, and I bring down to the shore and I go up and this, and after a few years like this, I thought maybe I should build something more like light. Mm-hmm. Maybe I can bear, I don't know. But maybe it could be fun to build something. And I always wanted to build a Greenlandic kayak, but didn't get the right teacher to do that. So that's how it started. So at that time, I was a teacher here. Mm-hmm. The point. Yes, after this teacher education. And so there was the club in Nuuk. There was the club. I went to the club. And
in West Greenland while you were being
getting
the teacher certification.
There was the club in Nuuk.
Yeah.
So we start to build some, but I was really do not understand what I was doing. Mm-hmm. Tried to follow, and then I came back to East Greenland after 2 years, and I have this big piece of wood with hole. I don't know what to do with it, and it was the gun whales. I don't know. Right. But we start something, and I was thinking, I've been 2 years in Nuuk, and that's all what I could do is this. I will never finish. And then I was still with those plastic kayak, dragging up and dragging down, and all the kids I want to do,
Okay.
So I need to find something like more light, like it's not possible like this. and something that the kids can also carry. Fortunately, when I went back from Nuuk, someone offered me a Greenlandic kayak. So I bought it and I use it, but I still use it, those kayak. But when I start to use it, all the kids really love it because it was much lighter. Then I need to build something like this. But how to do it? Didn't succeed in Nuuk. And because in Nuuk I have the wood, and then the man said, you just go upstairs and look about the kayak, and then you try to find out yourself. So I tried to measure and everything, but when you don't know, and how to make the hole, like angles, and I was thinking, I'm going to take years to find out how to do these things. And then I start to look on the internet and books. I get books,
Yeah.
But still I get this how to build a Greenlandic kayak in English, written by an American. Really, really many details. But still...
Which book was that?
It's a book with all the parts, the details, how to build a Greenlandic kayak.
We have a couple. There's the Chris Cunningham book.
Yes.
Chris Cunningham,
yes,
okay.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I read it many times, this book, actually. But still, it was difficult for me to understand.
Mm-hmm.
I think I have to see it, how to do it, and someone to build it, and I didn't have the chance in Nuuk. So that was cool, and I found your name too.
My name?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it's cool how to build. I'm not going to go to
you
US.
didn't find my name with how to build a kayak, did you? Because I didn't know anything about that. You might have found my name with how to roll a kayak.
Maybe. But it was...
It was in there somewhere.
It was about building Greenlandic kayak schools in US.
Okay.
It was a long time ago.
Yeah.
So I think it's going to be far away there. Searching. And then, a few years ago, I found Brian Schulz.
Brian Schulz.
Yes.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
And the very interesting things is that he make video how to build it, like section after section. And basically he make it in a way it's impossible to not finish the work.
Okay.
You just...
The books written out in print with pictures just weren't working the way the video was.
For me, no.
Yeah.
For me, no. Maybe because many years with the hunter, they show me how to do it by showing.
Yeah.
So maybe because of this, then I need someone to show me in 3D.
Right.
Then I contact him, and immediately he said, I will support you. Then I knew I was on the right path.
All right.
When doors start to open,
then
it means that you are in the right path.
Mm-hmm.
And I will support you, you pay nothing. I gave you all you want.
Yeah.
Any kayak, all project, it's yours. And if you need anything, you contact me.
Mm-hmm.
And if you have any question, I will answer, immediately. Then I look about this kayak, and I find a kayak a little bit large, and small, and very light. 12 kilo. I think I want to build this one. It's going to be perfect for children. Yeah. That was the first kayak we built. We built it at school, actually, with one teacher who was there. Yeah. He helped me. She helped me, actually. And I still remember when we finished, we put it in the water. Many people follow us to see that it's going to float or sink or just roll immediately. They are so curious. Yeah. And me too, by the way. Mm-hmm. It doesn't look at all as a Greenlandic kayak. Shorter, the same system, but shorter, much shorter, larger. And a kid can really go in and out, no problems. And 12 kilo. Mm. 2 kids can take it, even one. And I was as I was a teacher, first of all, I was extremely amazed by his way to teach.
Brian's?
Yes.
Yeah.
Really amazing.
Mm.
And then that was Then we use this one, and we also use the plastic one, of course, beside every week. And then I start to build another one for me, like East Greenland kayak. There was one hunter who was a skeleton, half broken. A skeleton of kayak. Frame.
Frame. Yeah, okay.
And so that's how it started, and built it. And of course, I was extremely interested about rolling.
Rolling?
Yes.
Rolling, yeah.
I used to roll with a, like, with a simple kayak and like a paddle, European paddle.
Yeah,
you put some pressure and then you up. That's it.
Yeah.
That's how it started. And then I've been contacted by the Kayak Federation.
In Greenland here?
Yes, and they said, Max, you want to start something? You're going to go through us. And then, because I'm come from East Greenland, so I've been there. People teach me there. People are not limited.
People are what?
Are not limited mind. You want to learn something.
Yeah.
You want to do something. You just do your way, and that's it. So, of course, if you don't listen to the old people, if you have problems, then it's up to you. You die, and that's it. But if you find another way to do, and there's no people who restrict these kind of things. So for me, I wanted to learn the kayak, and then there was no one in East Greenland, basically. It exists in my village, no one in Tiniteqilaaq, and then I found someone in US. For the rolling part, I was really struggling. Because suddenly I had this paddle, like this thing like this. I was, how can I press like this? It would never work. And it doesn't work actually, like at all. I do like this and it's just sinking. And then nobody could help me. I called all people in the elderly house.
In the village.
In Tiniteqilaaq. And they said, we have seen it, but we never do it. And I knew someone who was really brilliant, but he died. I never seen. He did it when he was very young, so I never seen East Greenland people rolling. So how I will learn if no one can? And with this paddle, and then I was searching, and I was struggling in the water days after days. Nothing was working.
In the cold water.
That
makes it much harder.
You try once, you don't know, then you go out, and then the kayak is full of water. Then I was struggling.
I know that. Yeah.
Days after days alone, and people were looking at me like, "What is he doing? This one?" But people do their life in this winter, So I don't know how to do it, and I tried to check YouTube, but it was not satisfying. Who said that somehow? You, or maybe I got a video when someone said you have to trust the sweep, Then at that time I traveled to Japan at a point because of karate things, and there was this Greenland club just at the point, and they were making this competition.
That was with Eichi.
Yes,
Eichi Ito. Yeah.
Eichi.
Okay.
And then I go there and welcome.
So what year was that you went to Japan?
This time it was, I don't know, 19, 20, 19 maybe, 18.
2018, 2019.
Yeah, something like this,
yes.
I've been a few times there, but this time was there. And of course, they had a competition, and immediately after I said, I have a combination for you. You can keep it, by the way. And I didn't have this tweed at all. I just have a dry suit and skirts.
A tuilik you say you didn't have?
No.
Okay.
So, and then he held me in the water. Of course, when you hold someone, you have the impression you can do it, but actually, when I came back to East Greenland, still the same.
Yeah.
Failed.
Okay.
But then little by little, and then there was this will from the Kayak Federation that if we start something, because in my idea, I just want to be in the water. I don't care about meeting. I don't care about the money.
Yeah.
I had a kayak. I don't need anything more.
Okay.
My goal is just to, not like before doing hunting things, but I will do the kayak. I will learn these kayak things. And until then, the kids want to do it. We in the water, and I'm happy like that. That's my idea.
Right.
No paper, no thing like this. But I will find the people who want to teach me. And I don't care if they come from east, west, south, or just they know and they come and they... Eichi wanted to come. Eichi.
Oh, Eichi.
Yes.
Eichi wanted to come from Japan to East Greenland.
Yes.
Yeah? Okay.
Because,
Did that work out?
No.
Okay.
Oh, no. We get some warning, and then it was clear that if we start the kayak club in East Greenland, it has to go through the Kayak Federation.
The Greenland Kayak?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
First of all, I have this, go to hell.
It's a bureaucracy that you don't need.
But then I was thinking, okay, but then you help us. Because right now, it's difficult, but I will make it, because doors start to open and I will make it.
Yeah.
But if you want, we join, and then what do you do in exchange? And then we sent some people. We sent 2 people to village, and you received them. They were at my home.
Who was that?
And it was Jacob Peterson.
Jacob Peter Enoksen?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
And the other one, Elias Inusto.
Elias, yeah.
And he will help you to begin the start the club.
Mm-hmm.
And they will guide you to how to make the meeting and these kind of things that you don't want to do. And how to have the money and the rules and all these things that I don't care. But anyway, so we did this, and actually they learned me a lot.
Okay.
Because when I was rolling, I told you, because it was cold, so I had this kind of thing like this.
Goggles.
Yes, and rolling, and he said to me, at that time I started to understand how it works.
Okay.
So I wasn't right. And Jacob Peterson said, how do you want to learn like this? If you're in a real situation, hunting, are you using this? I said, no. Said, you have to take it away.
You're not wearing goggles when you really hunt. Yeah.
You have to take it away.
Mm-hmm.
I said, but the water is going to come here, and I've been struggling since over not 2 years, but almost in this water to find out. No, I tried to find out, enjoying my time, and then he said, if you want to learn, take it away.
Mm-hmm.
And then I said, this is great learning. Because he's right.
Yeah.
He's completely right, I know.
Right.
And he said, rolling is in your head, not in your eyes. Because when you have plenty, and then I know in very bad weather, your eyes are full of water. It's very difficult sometimes to see.
So with the goggles, were you opening your eyes underwater to see?
Never.
Okay.
He said, no. So he said, you have to trust your body.
Yeah.
And the rolling is in your mind. And I was guiding the rolling in what I see.
So before that, you were opening your eyes underwater.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
And he said,
and
no.
he said, don't do that.
Don't do that, because and I know in a very bad condition, and when you have the white water, you don't see.
Yeah.
First of all. So what will happen to you if suddenly you don't see, and you really have to go up?
Mm-hmm.
What happened to you if suddenly you have a seaweed puff in your head?
Yeah.
That we have full of seaweed.
Yeah.
And what will happen to you if you train in this kind of way? Because he knew that I use it in kind of real life. I was hunting and all these things, and he said, if bad thing happened to you, now you train, you have to learn the right way.
All right.
And he was completely right.
Yeah.
So I'm really thankful about him.
Mm-hmm.
And we were hunting, dog sledding together, and hunting, and we have great time.
Wow.
And then it was the first time we attend the competition.
What year?
4 years ago.
4 years ago?
Mm.
Okay. Yeah. Was that the the one that it was paid for with the GoFundMe thing, or that was after that?
No. No. Because it was the Corona, the federation paid everything.
Okay. How many people did you bring to the competition the first time?
We were 6. We are
Six?
always 6 people.
6 people.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow.
No. I make a mistake. The first time we were 1, 2, 3, 4. 4.
4 people.
4 people, yes.
Okay.
Mm.
Uh-huh.
But that's how we do things.
Yeah. Well, I was coming every year until 2018. Then I had to stop. So I think I just missed you.
Yeah.
But now we connect.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So I'm enjoying my time here in this competition. I think it's
So I want to know about the 4 people, or you brought 5 people, and 4 of them were competing. Tell me about each one, their names and how well they did, and
so. They're my pupils. I'm a teacher now.
so in the school they are your school
Yes, I'm the teacher.
class.
Yeah.
You're their teacher every day for
Yes,
school. Okay.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So, they see me in a very different way, and parents see me in a very different way.
Then
like colony things. They still see me as their teacher. And so these kids, anyway, these pupils have showing interest in kayaking very early.
okay.
And not only showing, but attending kayaking. We're doing, like, regularly. And that's how I select my pupils.
Okay.
Because actually all the kids in the village said they want to do kayak. So, but not all of them.
These are the ones with the most
Yeah.
interest and the most
Yes.
dedication. Okay. Yeah.
So there is a Minnow, 12 years old,
Okay.
in his 4th competition now, and he's always outside doing dog sledding too.
So did he do well this year?
Well, for me, I told them, if you attend everything you can attend, and you finish, and you have a good behavior towards the others, then you have reached the goals.
Mm-hmm.
The medals doesn't mean anything. But of course, if you got it, you are happy.
Yeah.
But for me, this is not the goals. You have to attend very good behavior. If you lose, don't be angry against the others.
Yeah.
Don't say any bad words to them.
Mm-hmm.
We must attend in the best behavior possible, and do our best. And especially help each other too. This is also the second thing. Help each other, no matter what. If someone is in the water, but of course they're children, so I'm there.
Yeah.
But also I ask them every time to attend to help, because I think that's important thing they have to learn. So helping each other when someone go up in the sea, holding the kayak, help for the skirt, when you need to put the kayak up, helping each other and attend and good behavior. So I think it did very, very good.
Yeah. So you said Minnow is 12 years old.
Yes.
And who else?
So Minnow, then there is Simoyo,
Simoyo.
the same 12 years old.
12 years old.
Much bigger.
Okay.
And very strong actually. And the same, I think, very good. There is Paningwa too. She's
Tiniteqilaaq is the youngest?
youngest,
Okay.
and she has seen interest in the kayak before her parents gave her authorization to do kayak, because she was so little.
Oh, yeah?
Yes.
She said, but before her parents would let her kayak,
Yeah.
she still was interested.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I
Wow.
noticed sometimes the kids are so little. Sometimes we do kayak, not like here in East Greenland. We start kayaking. It's full of ice. And just to reach the sea is a challenge. There is this huge ice, something like as high as this. We have to go
Like
down.
several meters above the water, the ice
Yes.
is. Yeah. Wow.
And it's kind of challenge when you start kayaking in May.
Okay.
So of course I understand the parents, they don't want their kids playing in this wall.
Wow.
They are little, you know.
Yeah.
And so, but when we built kayaks, she showed interest too. So as soon as the parent gave authorization, then she attended.
All right. So how old is Bunninguak now?
Well, she's very little. She's exactly 10.
10. Okay.
9, 10 years. Yes.
Okay.
Then this is the third one. And then we have Mikkel, a new one too.
Mikkel. Okay.
Yes, he's a new pupils, new family who moved.
How old is he?
At 12.
12.
Actually, he's 13.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then he has immediately shown interest in kayak.
He has what?
He has immediately shown interest in kayaking.
Okay.
Last year they moved in the village.
Ah.
So he attend all training and
Yeah.
but they're also my pupils, so
Right.
for me I do not make any separation with kayaking and dog sledging.
Okay.
Because in Greenland it's the whole one part. It's not separated, it's
When you say there's, you make no
separation.
no separation, how do you mean?
For example, when I do dog sledging activity with them, it's dogs, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But it's also about keeping balance in the sledge.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And it's not the paddle, but it's certainly dogs. You have to take care.
Okay.
And they are extremely good to keep the balance, like jumping in the sledge and
Yeah.
always like really impressive.
How many dogs are usually on the team?
When I was with them, most of the time I use 3, 4 dogs, 5
Okay.
dogs, and the bigger one, 6, 7 dogs.
Hmm.
And every week we do things like this. And it's also about helping,
Okay.
taking care of the dogs,
Yeah.
bringing them back, and then so on. So I immediately check it out who is helping, who show interest,
Okay.
and who has a good balance too.
Yeah.
And then when it's open, when it's the end of the winter, when we have open water, then we slowly move to kayaking.
Mm-hmm.
And then I see their evolution, and from this, I try to select the 4 best pupils.
Okay.
The family, it's not also about pupils, it's also about the family.
Yeah.
And they have also to have the full support of the family. So
Do you find that like it's good to just keep it to 4, or is it like financial consideration that make you
No.
limit to that many? What?
as I told you, I'm not interested about the money, but it's
No,
about
I mean, if you don't have, if you can't afford to send 8 people to the competition, you're not going to send 8 people to the competition. Is that the limiting factor, or you?
No.
Okay.
When I have a project, the money come always last.
Okay.
Because if I am the right sport, I don't need the money, I need the knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
That's the first thing I need to have is the knowledge.
Okay.
You can if you have money, it's more easy to get the knowledge, of course.
Yeah.
You got your private.
Yeah.
But in my experience, in the way I learn this Inuit way of life of hunting,
Mm-hmm.
from camping to camping and all around, I've seen great hunters. They don't have boat, they don't have kayak, and they always manage to go away with other people.
Go away with other people.
Like kayaking and dog sledging,
Yeah.
boat,
Okay.
because they are good to something. You find solution.
Okay.
And most of my friends are like this actually.
Yeah.
They are good to something, and they want it, and they're going to make it come true, even if they don't have the money now. And on their way, of course, if you have the money, it's good for you, and you have plenty of money. Then,
Yeah.
but so for me, the most important thing when I brought the kids out of East Greenland, away from the family, is to have someone who take care of them.
Okay.
And especially when you go to Nuuk and Ilulissat, and here it's more, well, when I will be in the water, I'm the teacher, full-time teacher. And I do that with my vacation. When I'm in the water, I need to have someone who also an adult who 100%.
You said an adult.
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
Who take care of the kids.
Yeah, okay. So of your team, you have 4 competitors, you and an older assistant to help.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And her name is Iduna?
Yes. Now we call it. I call her Anyu because that's
Anyu. Okay.
what I call her
Okay.
since her first very small age. So in East Greenland, people call her Anyu.
Okay.
And all this year, it was my daughter who helped me, and with my son, by the way. But this year they couldn't. So I was thinking, I can do it alone, but it's better to find someone if I can sick or anytime, anything, or tired, or.
Right.
And she said that, yes.
Okay.
1 year ago, she said yes.
Uh-huh.
So then I said, then we can go. I need this, find person who help me for the kids, and I need other competitors who are agreed to rent us some kayak.
Other competitors
Who can rent us some kayak.
here at the competition?
Yes,
Okay.
because we can.
They rent you and you pay, or do they just let you borrow it?
So amazingly, they don't want money.
Yeah.
And this is something I'm really, I'm so happy.
Yeah.
Uh,
In my experience, I would be surprised if they wanted to charge you money. We lend equipment.
In East Greenland, it will be common. You want
Yeah.
something, you get charged. That's
Okay.
that's the rules.
Right.
But here,
Mhm.
they said if we help, then you bring me this or that. So, so that's how it works.
Yeah, we foreigners from U.S. and others have come here. The first time I came, I brought a kayak, and other times, but sometimes I borrowed a kayak, or other people have come and they've worked out to use a kayak. And as you probably had the same experience, like thinking that I'll come and they'll lend me a kayak and I'll have the kayak for the whole week and I can practice with the trailer. No, it's right before the event. Here's your kayak, you can use it, and then as soon as you finish that race, they need it for somebody else, and it gets passed around, and you have to wait to use it.
Actually, the man who strongly encouraged me to join the Kayak Federation, he, when not the first time, but the second time and the third time we attend, he immediately rent us 2 kayaks full time.
For the whole time?
Yeah.
Okay, wow, good for you.
So
Yeah.
It was the right choice to join.
All right.
And then I think for the kids it's amazing because they can travel to West Greenland for the first time.
Yeah.
And
So when you come, you don't bring any kayaks?
it's impossible.
Yeah, it's impossible. Wow.
Except if we bring it 1 year in advance and
Yeah,
put
it
it
gets
someplace in
shipped
Denmark.
way early. Yeah. So from your town to get to, like, here we're in Qaqortoq,
Yeah.
how many boats or trips or how many planes? Tell me how it works.
Well, first of all, we have to reach the airport.
Okay.
And if you are rich, you rent a charter helicopter.
Okay.
But we are not.
So how do most people do it?
Most people use the boat.
A boat.
And when it's
Okay.
open, we go. And when it's not open,
If there's too much ice, the boat just doesn't go.
in July, it's very, very unsure, you know.
Yeah.
So,
Wow.
for example, if we have needed to attend the 10th of July, then it was full of ice.
Wow.
So, but 2-3 days, it started to be open.
Okay.
And then, but it be open and closed again. So just before we left, it was open, and then the hunter called me. We have a flight very late. So I said, we're not going, we can leave at 12 o'clock, and the flight will leave at 6 p.m. And he said, no, we have to leave at 10 a.m. and maybe earlier, and bad weather is coming. Check it out, yes, it's true. So then we reached around Qaqortoq, we get closer, and then we saw 2 boats were stopping in the middle, and they said there's quite many ice, but maybe you have a chance to go through.
Wow.
And then on the radio, people were saying that they have to immediately go on shore because the the ice go on land, and then there will be no possibility to
Yeah.
reach land, and then bad weather coming. Then I was thinking it's going to bring us back to the village.
Yeah.
And we were really among ices, and then find here and stop here, and then find here. And I was thinking, I know this could happen. I was thinking, I bring a kayak and then I go. But then there is no point, and I leave the children.
Mm.
And there was no way I will bring the children between ices.
Yeah.
It's too dangerous.
Yeah.
So I hope we can reach at least land somewhere, anywhere. And we reached land, but actually it was a rock.
It was what?
It was a big rock, and when we go and when on the other side, it was just the water.
Okay.
And then, but shallow water.
A big rock?
Yes, a big rock.
A big rock, okay.
But shallow water, and then from shallow water to shallow water, we reach land, and then we go up, and then finally we reach the road, and then we could reach.
This is with all your stuff you're walking.
Yeah,
on.
we all stuff and the kids and you know, they had just this suitcase with this
The wheels on the suitcase.
wheel, and this, of course doesn't rock at. But they were helping really good each other and good. Of course,
So that's just to get you to Tiniteqilaaq, right?
I don't know. I don't go to Tiniteqilaaq, otherwise we get stuck there. Like,
Oh, where are you going to?
to the Qaqortoq.
To Qaqortoq, to
Direct-
where the
directly
plane
to the airport.
to the airport. Okay, yeah. All
And then-
yeah,
From there, then it's very easy. Then because we have some delay, then just we go from plane to plane to plane to.
a couple different planes and
Yeah.
flights, but that
Yeah.
sounds like a rather tiring journey to get all
Well,
the way there.
we were already delayed and started. You know, they started and we were still in the village.
Yeah,
So I was thinking, and they don't want to wait for us. So I was thinking, what's the point? You know, we're going to get stuck somewhere in the airport like for days,
Yeah.
and then the kids were completely depressed. And so I said, we have to go and then take chance, and because we all want to go to Qaqortoq and let's take the chance and let's see how far we can go.
mm-hmm.
So we reach here.
So you got here when? For the first day, or did you miss some of it?
No. We missed the first day and the second days.
Yeah.
Mm.
Okay. I missed the first day.
Mm.
But you missed the first day and a half.
Mm.
Yeah. It
They
happens.
make effort to change the schedule because the short distance, if they skip it, they're going to be kind of disappointed.
Okay.
Of course,
Because normally it's the short distance race is held the first day.
so they accept it.
So they actually switch it for that.
Yes.
Okay.
They swift it for that, and they say we do the because they know that I really want to do the capsize things.
The rolling. Yeah.
Yes, because here is the only chance I have that can people say you don't hold the paddle correctly, you know? Because I don't know. In East, nobody can teach me, so I watch the video. But here they correct me. They say no,
Okay.
and then
So you competed in the rolling?
unfortunately, first they say we will make it at night, and then they
Okay.
say no, we don't. You just cancel.
Oh.
So, but it's okay. The kids attend the short distance.
Yeah.
So
But you were planning. You wanted to compete in the rolling.
yeah, of course,
Okay.
yes.
Okay. Yeah.
So the kids attend. So they also win. All the kids they win some medal, you know, this kind of
Yeah.
medal. So
Okay.
they're also happy.
But Paninguaq, the one girl on your
Mm.
team, got a special recognition, didn't she?
Yes.
What was that?
I think they've been extremely impressed that during the rope part.
The rope exercises.
Yeah. I really teach her in a very strict way.
Yeah.
This is my way of teaching, you know,
Okay.
because if it's just fooling around, then what's the point? So, and she know that.
Okay.
She's really serious person too.
Serious. Okay.
So
yeah.
she like to play, but when it's about to be serious, she expect also some things. So this way of strict way you had translated, I told her, but in a kind of strict way, and she was really like following everything I told her.
Yeah.
And so she could make the most movement, you know.
Yeah.
And she was doing good, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And they were impressed by that. And she called her the silent new participant who not talk much, but quite strong,
she was quiet,
and get the gold medals. And
she got a gold medal in her age for ropes. Yeah.
So they were impressed, and always smiling, and like not too much smiling, but like always kind to others, and no crying things.
Yeah.
No screaming, and so they were impressed by her behavior. Yeah. I'm impressed by their behavior, all of them anyway.
Yeah.
So.
All right. Very good.
So she was happy.
Yeah. And so, are you planning to come next year?
I don't know.
Okay.
It depends on.
Sounds like it depends on lots of things. They have to.
First of all, we have to reach Qaqortoq, but I have to be 100% sure I don't bring the kids and when we don't have kayak. It's gonna be if it is, it's a nightmare.
We say that again.
For me, it's very important. Very, very important for me. If we arrived, I have to be 100% sure that the kids have some kayak. They can use kayak.
Be sure that they have kayaks to use. Okay.
Otherwise, there's no point.
Yeah.
And I don't accept maybe or perhaps.
Wow.
So I don't base my time with the pupil with the maybe or perhaps.
Okay.
In this particular situation.
Okay.
This yes you want or no you don't want. When it's ice navigation, it's perhaps.
Yeah.
Because ice can change and you can do nothing about it. But when you have a kayak beside you, it's yes or no.
All right.
So I want an answer. When if I bring kids, if you say no to the kids, then enjoy your time and enjoy. We can do kayak anytime anyway.
All right.
Not like here or even Nuuk or the pupils are really some are struggling with many things in their life, and they have a very strong will. They can play with almost everything. They can play outside with almost everything. Yeah. But they're very strong too. So they help their parents for hunting and dog sledding.
So are pretty much all the parents are hunters and fishermen? That's what they do?
Yes, but not all of them, but yes.
Okay.
Yes, they go hunting. Yeah. And if not the parents, it's the brother also. So.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah. So, but for me, it's every time we attend is a very, very good time with some challenge sometimes, but it's a good time, and this good time we have it. We have it, and next year, I don't know, probably, but let's see. Yeah.
Well, I'm hoping to go next year too, so maybe we'll see each other again.
Maybe.
Yeah. See. All right. Well, thank you very much.
So, you're welcome.
And that is Max, or he sometimes goes by Maxi, the school teacher, previously a hunter living in East Greenland. Interviewed on July 2024 in Qaqortoq in South Greenland. There exists a 200-page graphic novel which is a biography of Max's life in East Greenland. It's written by a guy named Simon Hureau, Hureau, and it's called Sermilik, Sermilik. Unfortunately, it is all in French, but since it's a graphic novel, there's lots of pictures. Thank you for listening to the Dubcast with Dubside.